So what's up everybody, it's me, True Star Screamer. Welcome to 2026 everyone. Not even 2 weeks in and what a hell of a year it's been, but I digress. We're here to escape and we're here to talk about toys. So you know what we got here for you? We've got new from Hasbro, a brand new buck no less, the retro-carded Cardiac figure. Now, I read a lot of Spider-Man in the 90s, and Cardiac was prominent then. Huge. It was, huge during the Eric Larson era. It was created by Eric Larson, and he's one of those characters we've really been clamoring for. So when they announced him, I was thrilled. And I've heard interesting reviews, some positive, some negative, so I figured it's my time to shine and give you guys my thoughts on this new figure. Obviously, this guy is here in the retro card. Get some nice little artwork from him. We've got him, extra pair of hands, his power staff, and an energy effect. I kind of wish we got the Silver Falcon as well. That's how he would, travel. So we got the back of the card here. Talks about the hand swapping options. Got the art, the basic bio, the other figures in the wave. I got $20.99. I passed on Nightcrawler. I passed on Hypno Hustler. After watching Junkin crafts and builds, I'm already regretting owning Owl, and, it's a spider figure, so I had to get Spider Venom. But enough about this, let's get this guy open, and let's talk toys. Cardiac is a mixed bag. As I love to say, guys, I will always be honest with you, and this is definitely going to be an honest review. There are things here I really do like, and there are some things here that make me wonder why. With just a little bit more love, this could have been an amazing figure. Let me tell you. I don't mind the fact he doesn't have a waist joint. Let me start off with that. I think it makes the lower sculpt look a lot nicer because this pivot right here at the top is fantastic. It does everything I want it to do. So I absolutely find that forgivable, that I do not have a waist joint that is breaking the sculpt. He bends forward just enough, bends back just decent amount. The neck is better than I thought it would be, allowing him to look down, allowing him to look up. Again, it's enough. Not crazy dynamic, but it's enough. This face sculpt is absolutely awesome. I think whoever did this face sculpt, full points on there. The fact that the pulse energy stuff, this pattern here, is molded into the buck, that is awesome. But I don't know how much reuse that's going to get, to be honest. So that's a very ballsy move, to be frank. The shoulder pads, into the shoulders, that's fine. So they get out of the way when I want them to move. They move with the sculpt. That's great. No butterfly joints. I can almost deal with that. And that's where that's the good points to it. Of course, the paint is nice, and I mentioned before the sculpt. Okay, we've got thigh swivel here, and it's really tight. He's got thigh swivel, but he does not have boot swivel. And that drives me nuts. We got a break right here for the thigh, and I do like the fact the pouches stay firm, as opposed to the old Jim Lee Cyclops, that first one. Those pouches stay right there. And dear God, he's got pouches all over him, all over his wrists, on his thighs, his ankles. How the hell does he keep track what he keeps in those pouches? I really have no idea. The kneecaps also are really cool. I like this knee armor. It's works really well, but no boot swivel at all. That's annoying. The hips, I can't tell it's from maneuvering it, but this one juts out a little more than the other one. I've tried pushing them back together into the ball socket. It doesn't quite work for me. So that's a little annoying. And that's the thing. This is like diet soda. I've made this reference before. Something just doesn't feel right. Hands here, we got a fist. Cool, evil villain, dramatic one. I'm not a fan of how the elbow joints are, because even though they're double jointed, it's tight getting take full advantage of the double joint. Of course, he also has 2 holding hands for his staff, and this staff is utter garbage. It is beyond gummy. Okay, this needed a little more oomph to it. It is incredibly soft plastic. It feels almost like the soft plastic they use for the shoulder pads. The effect part, though, is kind of cool. Won't lie. The effect, I do like how the effect goes. Let's go ahead and switch out the hands, and we'll kind of power him up. It's not bad. It's not horrible. But it could be better. I mean, just, it could be better. I mean, we've been wanting a cardiac for a long time, and I'm glad we have him, but I don't know, something just doesn't quite feel there. You know, I think I know what's one thing that's bothering me. He's not the biggest guy, and Cardiac was a big boy, if I remember in the comics. I'll have to pull up some comic art over here. But, like, there he is next to Condor. I mean, he's taller, but he should just have a little more oomph. Like, he should be more like Grim Viper size here, you know what I'm saying? Just that type of presence. I mean, I guess we should be happy we got him. So I'm putting him back in this pose because that's kind of his most action-like pose. And if I was going to give this guy a score, you know, I'd give him a B- maybe? C+. You know, the effort's there. I love the fact we've got the skull, the hard sculpted pulse effect. That could have easily been tampoed in. And they went that mile of putting it in there. I like the knee pads. I like how the shoulder pads are done. I like the face sculpt. I like the fact the thigh pouches aren't sliding down him. He easily could have had a boot swivel. He easily could have had the butterfly joints, but I can almost get away with that. I'm okay with the lack of waist joint. I love the face sculpt. But I think this buck is too small. The staff is way too bendy. He doesn't have the presence. And I really think he should have come with the bird. You know, I think that would have made a really big difference. It would have been a slug for him to have his bird to fly in, but I think that really would have made it a big deal for it. Maybe somebody could 3D print it, I don't know. I mean, the painting is fine. You know, I like the silver, the blue, and the white. But he just doesn't have that presence that other figures have had. And this is a figure, again, we've been kind of wanting. Which, by the way, I still don't get the fact we've got a Cardiac. We get a freaking Hypno Hustler. We get both those Crystar figures, yet we have yet to get a Rick Jones in the Hasbro phase of action figures. That's just random thought. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you probably got this guy in pre-order already. I mean, in the 90s, he was a staple character. Kind of wish they'd bring him back again, but, you know, whole legality and all. Maybe seeing him in action figure form, we'll finally see him in the comics. But if you are a casual, like, you're just buying action figures because I like action figures, I'd say you wouldn't feel bad missing out on him. There's cooler stuff out there. And if this is my first Marvel Legend of the year, it almost makes me start wanting to rethink Marvel Legends for the year. As you know, toys cost money. And if I'm spending money on something, I want the most bang for my buck. I'm getting more of a, not a bang, not quite a fizzle, but it's not quite, it's more of a pop. Guess that's best. But let me know your thoughts down below. Am I being too harsh? Am I not being harsh enough? That's what the comment section is for. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. We are heading for the road to 1,000. And of course, we're giving away that Vanguard when we hit that 1,000. Absolutely, hit that like button. We got tons of cool stuff on the way. More neat things to be reviewed. And as always, until next time, take care. Peace.